Let me see if I got this straight.
Why not?
You want to break up with Mary because you're afraid you're gonna hurt or disappoint her, or do other things that are gonna make her less happy. Is that correct?
That's just about it.
Mm-hmm. Only, it's turning out to be she's not so easy to break up with.
Right.
On account of Mary don't feel that she has or you have done anything to hurt her or disappoint in any way.
Right.
So, in order to convince her that you will hurt her and disappoint in the future, you hurt and disappoint her now by not going to see the baby.
You gotta admit, it makes you look pretty stupid. That was good thinking, Lou. Have some balabachas.
Say that again.
I don't know if I could. What I mean is, who knows and who cares what you will or you won't do later on? What matters is right now. Hey, Jack, all we got is right now. And right now, there's no law that says you have to hurt Mary or disappoint her. Hey, you have a couple of cups of coffee, I'll get the car, I'll roll down the windows, you get some fresh air, we drive up to Riverside, and there you can see your baby born. Hey, don't worry about tomorrow, next week, next year. Mary just wants you with her tonight.
Yeah, but I won't know what to do. I threw away the book.
What book?
A book about the bath. I gotta give the baby a bath.
Oh, later on. I mean, they're so small to begin with. We used to put them in the kitchen sink to give them a bath.
No, not the sink. It's the first thing I gotta do for the kids. See, I gotta take them and put them in warm water, and the kid thinks that that's just swell. Only I didn't read the book.
Where you going?
I gotta find a book.
Hey, Jack, come back here. You gotta have some coffee, Jack. Walk around the block, huh?
Hey, Lou, baby, you're beautiful. You really are, but you see, you don't understand. See, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it right now, see?
Yeah.
Hey, pray for me, huh?
Let him go.
You sure?
If you try to stop him, he'll get mean. Let's hope for the best.
You think you'll make it in time?
All right. Fine. You're almost through transition. Breathe, Mary. Oh, everything's perfect. You're doing beautifully.
Will you please tell me what you're doing out here all by yourself at this hour?
Just thinking. Listening to the cats.
Oh, there's a tomcat convention down there at the corner. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I think the cats woke Edmund up. By the time I got him settled, I wasn't sleepy anymore.
I didn't hear him.
Oh, no, he wasn't crying. But I picked him up and held him for a few minutes anyway. And then, of course, he wanted more.
That boy loves to be cuddled.
I think he's making up for all those moments That he was in the isolette.
Could be. You know, some babies like to be cuddled and some don't. Those that do, why, they never get enough of it. Want some company?
Sure. How long has it been since we sat up in the middle of the night talking?
Oh, longer than I want to admit.
The time I remember best was when you sent your kids to Alabama to spend the summer with your sister. And you lived in with us.
You were 11 or 12?
12. Oh. It was the only time in my life that I felt like I had a mother.
Oh, that's a nice thing for you to say.
It's true.
I used to feel so bad for you.
Well, she didn't like me very much, did she?
She was jealous.
Yeah, but it was years before I figured that out. But then maybe it was a shock when Dad came home from the war with a 2-year-old adopted daughter. You know, I used to fantasize that I really was his. But then again, I used to fantasize that I was Maeve and Johnny's, too. Their firstborn, on loan to Dad because he wanted a dark-haired daughter.
Oh, I went down to Ryan's this afternoon.
Oh?
Mary's gonna have that baby any minute. You know, she's been on my mind a lot this evening.
Yeah. I've been sitting here thinking about the Ryans, too.
Not all of them.
No, you're right. Mainly about Frank. Oh, Miriam, I'm trying. I'm trying so hard to hang on to the good feelings and let go of the anger and put it all in perspective again. You know, Frank's not the center of my life anymore, and Edmund is. And I have my work, and I have my son. And I don't want to waste a lot of time and energy on a lot of regrets and recriminations.
That's good.
Yeah, it sounds good. Only it's not quite there yet for me.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What are you going to do about Dr. Bolak?
Now, I'm not sure what you mean by do.
Well, basically, I guess I mean, are you going to marry him?
I am not.
Are you sure?
Miriam, Seneca is my friend, and he is the father of my child. That does not mean that I have to marry him. You don't believe me, do you?
I know a lot of people who have married for a lot less reasons.
But I am not in love with him.
What does that mean? You're in love with Frank, but you're not marrying him either.
You know, I think this conversation began with the fact that I am trying very hard not to be in love with Frank, and you seem to think that was a pretty good idea.
No. I said it was good to put aside anger and regret. They're both a waste of time. But in my mind, I think anybody who deliberately tries to talk themselves out of love is a little bit crazy. There's not enough love in this world for you to go around saying no to it.
Miriam, listen. I spent 6 years loving Frank. And 6 years from now, 60 years from now, I'm still gonna love him. But if I'm gonna retain any degree of sanity, I have to put all of that behind me and get on with my life. And I honestly need all the help I can get with that. And it honestly doesn't help me having you stand there doing a sales pitch on Frank Ryan at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. But you see, I have a problem. I like Frank, and I was only hoping that you two would get back together again.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frank Ryan. Is there any word about my sister, Mary Finelli? She's Dr. Wolf's patient.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Ryan.
I just spoke to Dr. Wolf. Yeah.
Mary's doing just fine. No complications of any kind, and it looks like it won't be much longer.
That's great.
Dr. Ryan, things tend to get congested in this area when we're moving in and out of delivery. So may I suggest you take your family into the waiting room?
Sure, Miss Dunphy. Also known as Dunphy the Dictator for obvious reasons. Come on, I'll buy you some coffee.
No, wait, has anybody heard from Jack?
No, but I did my duty. I called him up.
Here you go, Doc.
Yeah, thanks.
And milk, no sugar.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, thought you should know that I managed to get hold of a bunch of flowers, and I sent them in the mirror with a card from us.
Oh, terrific.
Now, where did you get flowers at this hour?
the chapel.
Ah, good thinking,
I'm
man.
gonna replace him in the morning.
Well, under the circumstances, I appreciate the fact that you included me in the gesture.
Well, I needed somebody to share the rap in case I got caught.
Right.
Hey, under what circumstances?
Well, I stopped by the apartment to see how Delia was, and in my old sensitive way, left the wrong impression.
About what?
Well, I managed to suggest that this miscarriage changed things and that Pat didn't have to stay married to Delia.
You took exception to that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I can understand that.
On the other hand, Frank was only saying what he thought, what everybody else is gonna think sooner or later. I didn't need to get quite so defensive about it. Sorry.
Yeah, me too. Let's forget about it.
Guess you're wondering if I am gonna stay married to Dee. She's very unhappy right now. She's afraid we're all gonna blame her because she's lost the baby. She's afraid nobody will want her because she has lost the baby. I just can't walk away from her now. In a way, she needs me more now than ever before.
I understand that.
I hope so. I want to make this work, Doc.
Yeah, sure.
I want to finish what I started.
Good for you.
And you have my promise that you can finish what you've started without benefit of my opinion or advice.
Thanks for that.
And if you want me, you know where I am. Otherwise, I'm not talking to my shadow about Delia.
Well, I think it'd be good if we all backed off right now and gave you a little elbow room.
Right.
As a matter of fact, there's one issue that the three of us and Maeve and Dee ought to be thinking about right now.
Little John.
Exactly. Of course, this may not be exactly the time to think about him either. I mean, I think we should concentrate on Mary's baby right now, right?
Yes. And let me see if there's any more news,
Hey,
okay?
why don't you give it another 20 minutes?
Okay.
I don't especially feel like tangling with Dumpy the dictator anymore.
Excuse me, can you tell me where I can find my wife? My wife is having a baby.
That's not an unusual situation in obstetrics. The name, please.
I don't know. She didn't tell me the name.
You don't know your wife's name?
I don't know the baby's name. I don't know the baby's name because I wasn't around much. But see, it's okay now because Mary said that she wants me here. See, I'm going to give the baby a bath.
What is your name, sir?
Finelli. Jack. Not to be confused with Antonio Francelli. You got a Mrs. Francelli here having a baby? Because if you do, Mary's in a lot of trouble.
Mrs. Finelli, who is Dr. Wolf's patient, is in delivery now.
Where? Where's delivery?
Mr. Finelli, stop right where you are.
You don't understand. See, I gotta be there. Mary is waiting for me.
Dr. Wolf is conducting a Lamaze Laboyer delivery for Mrs. Finelli. Now, usually the baby's father is in attendance, but Mrs. Finelli's mother is with her, and you cannot go in there now.
Well, I gotta be there. The father gotta be. May visit the father. I'm the father.
Mr. Finelli, you are also drunk. You're obviously unprepared. In your present condition, you'd be a menace to your wife and to the baby. No, the only place you're going is out into the waiting area or home where I'm sure someone will call you when your baby is born.
Who are you, anyway?
Marie Dunphy, charge nurse of this station, and I am asking you to leave without further argument.
Excuse me, Miss Dunphy, but I gotta find my wife.
Oh, that does it. Mr. Finelli, do you leave now, quietly, or do I phone security?
I gotta get some air. But I'll be back. You tell Mary that I'll be back, okay?
I think we can spare her that threat.
I want to sit up a little bit. It's better.
All right, now. With this contraction, I think you can deliver your baby. Now, when I tell you, take a deep breath, hold it, and push.
Now!
No, not yet.
No!
Darling, you're doing all right. Come on. Just hang on, hang on. Oh, come on. Breathe, breathe.
When? Oh, my God.
All right, now, Mary, deep breath, push.
Come on, again. Push. Come on. Ah!
That's it.
My good brave.
That's perfect. That's it. That's it.
Oh, you've done it, darling. You've done it.
Dear mother.
Mom, it's a girl.
Mary. She must have arrived.
I can't believe it. I can't believe her. She's perfect.
She looks just like you.
Oh, she looks like you.
She looks like both of you.
And so good.
Oh, she's incredible. Incredible. Yes.
The bath is ready, Doctor.
Maeve?
All right. Come on there, young lady. Come on. Yes, we got you. Good. Yes, now you're gonna like this. Oh, you're gonna like this. Oh, you're gonna like this. Oh. That's my sweet baby. Yes, my girl. Yes. Oh. That's my good girl. Ah, you like the water, don't you? Yes. Oh, yes. Cause a shadow, please, under her head. Yes, get the lights in there, please. Yes. Oh, look at her, Mary. Isn't she a beautiful little girl? Oh, I'm always partial to little girls anyway, you know. Yes, I am. Oh, don't you love the water? Sure. We'll take you to the beach, and you'll teach us all how to swim. That's my good girl. Oh, yeah, you should see her. She loves the water. Yes, she does. She loves that water. We look just like your mommy.
Oh, Jack.
Mary. Mary.
There, let's give the big girl to her mommy. Yes. Got her in the head. There. Oh, there. Oh, she's so cute.
Jack Abbott is used to getting what he wants, even if it takes a dirty move or two. But his enemies will do all they can to stop him cold. Don't miss The Young and the Restless, next on SoapNet.